The heavy rains witnessed in Nakuru this week has seen a section of the Nakuru-Eldoret highway develop sinkholes, raising concerns amongst residents over the safety of the highway and the buildings in the area. And as NTV's South Rift editor Bridget Ngana now reports, geographical experts say the exposed fissures often witnessed in the region during the rainy season are natural occurrences along the numerous fault lines that define the Great Rift Valley.
On Saturday, Kenha contractors were on the busy Nakuru-Eldoret highway, patching up sections of the road after another sinkhole emerged following an afternoon downpour on Friday. On Wednesday, the road caved in at the same spot.
Sasa tunajiuliza aje, hii tunnel shida ni nini kama wa Kenya? Juu sisi maengineer. Maengineer ndio wanafaa wajue hii tunnel imeenda hadi wapi.
Sasa tunashindwa. Hii county government wanatuhakikishia kwamba kila kitu iko sawa na uhai wa binadamu ni kitu ya muhimu zaidi.
And while everyone may be seeing this as a strange phenomenon, geological experts say the sinkholes being witnessed in Nakuru are all but nature following her course.
The fourth gas is not a new one. It has opened before upstream, up Menengai. And that opening then, over the period of time, continues southwards into the present area, which then opened. The simple reason is that more water is getting into the fault gush, and as it's flushing below, it sucks in the soil up and leads into that area appearing as if it is fractured, but the fracture existed before.
Underground, we have voids that have developed. So this water just increases the erosion of the top soil into those cavities, okay? And it also, because of that erosion, the voids expand. So because of the overlying matter, they tend to collapse.
According to Professor Simon Onywere, the Associate Professor of Environmental Planning and Management at Kenyatta University, whose work has extensively featured the drainage systems in the Rift Valley, Nakuru City and her environs lie on 3 fault lines that are prone to developing sinkholes over time.
And we're moving towards Nakuru, the second roundabout. That is near Total. There's a Total petrol station there, and I think by Retramboard or something like that. That roundabout also has behaved before like that. The next place will be just the next roundabout, actually near KFA. But of course, our engineering systems have a way of covering up the delicate structure by just filling in and then laying maram and so on and doing their road.
Increased human activities and the degradation of catchment areas has been linked to the frequency with which such occurrences will appear in the coming days, with these experts saying failure to adhere to the building codes in Nakuru might lead to catastrophes that will have a high human cost.
Kama imeenda kwa hizi manyumba ziko hii side nyingine, waanze kuambia watu wahame, juu hatujui tunnel inaweza leta madhara gani.
So human activities which include mining and groundwater harvesting, because you see like Nakuru town relies more on groundwater as a source of supply. So overmining that groundwater can also increase or enhance this process.
How is it that our development has not provided for these alternative routes in case there's a problem in any one of them? That's the hard questions. And of course, it's very expensive, but it's better to invest than to regret and or cure a problem.
So far, no government department has established the length and breadth of the fault lines in Nakuru that only manifest whenever the deluge of water from the highlands cascade towards the low-lying regions.
The big question in everyone's mind, Professor, is Nakuru sinking?
I wouldn't say that Nakuru is sinking per se. The only thing I can say that Nakuru sits in fracture zones. And if you do a building in that Nakuru area, you must be conscious of those fracture zones. And your building should not be anywhere near any of the fracture zones. Because those fracture zones can give in any time there is a change in either the flow systems or there is some shaking that has taken place, tremors or something like that, and some of these zones are weakened.
On 2 different days this week, this section of the Nakuru-Eldoret Highway caved in and developed cracks following a heavy afternoon downpour. Now, geologists say that this road sits along one of the fault lines that move from the Menengai crater down towards the Lake Nakuru National Park. They say this is just one among 3 other fault lines, and strict infrastructural guidelines should be adhered to for buildings within this area that sits in the heart of the Rift Valley. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nakuru.